Eagle News Network coming to you with your daily news with Jalen and Karma.
Here are some upcoming announcements.
Today, the 8th grade boys basketball team will go against Monroe. Come support your team at the game, 4:15 after school cross-country meet. Birch Hill soccer game. Boys will play Randy Smith after school at the fields.
Don't forget Science Club Wednesdays, A lunch, Thursday, B lunch. Now, for 7th grade English teacher, Miss Troy, quote of the week or tip. So avoid using the word very because it's lazy. A man is not very tired, he's exhausted. Don't use very sad, use morose. Language was invented for one reason. Boys to woo women, and in that endeavor, laziness will not do. It also won't do in your essays. Said by the late Robin Williams and the movie version of Dead Poets Society.
Now to our interview with Mr. Yordi.
So, what's your favorite part of Tanana?
Favorite part of Tanana? It's gotta be the kids. It's a good school. It's a little different for me because I actually did my intern year here, and I think then my favorite thing was a couple of things really. I like the climate as a teacher. Everybody's pretty warm and accepting. The kids are great, and it's could use a little remodeling. The old cinder blocks are a little dusty, I guess is the best way to put it, but in general it's a good climate.
So what's your favorite subject growing up?
My favorite subject growing up was photo, actually. I know that doesn't really count as a subject, it was more of an elective, but that's what got me through high school. I had finished most of my requirements. I could not stand math, mostly because I'm a little dyslexic, so I'd switch numbers, and it doesn't matter how close and well you follow the formulas, if you switch numbers you're wrong from the outset. So photo, journalism, English-related things along those lines were probably my favorite.
So what made you want to be an English teacher?
What made me want to be an English teacher? Ooh, that's a big question. Couple factors. Like originally, when I got to college, I wanted to do psychology. And I've always really, really loved English. I've always looked at books kind of like Chilton's Manuals for People, somebody had to think it up. There's lots of human condition stuff in there. And I always like reading kind of between the lines to see what's going on here, what's this saying about humanity. And as I started going through my coursework at college, I realized that I didn't really want to do psychology as much because I figured that like after doing that for 20, 30 years, I'd just be the crazy person with a chair. And so I kind of figured that teaching was a nice middle ground because it lets me deal with the developmental stuff, which I was really interested in, like personal development, child development, stuff like that was what fascinated me. It's like, and so I figured that being able to combine something that I really cared about, which was English and the art side of things, along with spurring development and getting to experience that, teaching was a really nice middle ground. It also kept me working with kids more so than adults because I have this like pet feeling that once you get to about 28 or a little older, if you haven't really figured it out, there's not much hope for you. And so one of the things that keeps me coming back to the chaos that is middle school and high school teaching is that no matter how terrible you guys are to me, I can go, you're 13, you're 14, you're whatever age, you've got years to figure this out, you'll be okay, and I see it time and time again. So like there's a certain level of hope and freshness in teaching that still allows me to do a lot of stuff I wanted to do, and it doesn't burn me out, so that's probably why.
So Batman or Superman?
Spider-Man?
That's not one.
I can't choose that side. Batman or Superman? I don't like either, and I can't choose, and I'll give you my reasons why not. Superman, the whole like super lawful good thing doesn't really do it for me. Batman, the whole like chaotic neutral vigilante thing doesn't really do it for me. I'm more of a chaotic good kind of guy. So like people like Spider-Man really are the ones that I lean towards. I like the ones that are out there doing the right thing, but they're not afraid to break the rules to kind of do it a little bit themselves. So if I had to choose between the two, Superman, I guess, if I had to.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
So music or movies?
Music.
Disney or Disney Channel? Since you're an adult, unless you're
I have a little 4-year-old girl. No, like that's what I do in my spare time. Is like after done teaching, I just go home and totally turn on Nickelodeon. That's all I do for like hours at a time. No. Probably Disney movies, I guess. I have a little 4-year-old girl, and she loves Moana and some other ones. So like I do a lot of that stuff with her. So.
That's cool. Okay, so that is it.
Awesome. I'm glad that we had this really tasteful interview.
Would you like to say anything else?
Go Tanana.
Would you rather play soccer or basketball? Come put your answer on the board next to room 35. Amigo!